Before we can go to make the door latch, let's take the two cubes we used to create the two door planks and relate them to the door body. Then we click Ctrl P and set parent to object and move these two elements to the door collection. Now let's make the latch. By clicking Shift A, we go to insert a cylinder in the scene and set 60 vertices. We rotate it 19 degrees along the y-axis, scale it down and move it along the x-axis in front of the door. We position ourselves in the side view and stretch it. Scaling is scaling it along the x-axis. To this latch body we need to add the actual latch. Therefore, we duplicate with Shift D and shorten it. We enter in edit mode and with Ctrl R we create a cut to create a latch protrusion. We now select all the faces of the circumference with Option and extrude the faces outward. However, if we do an extrusion along the y-axis, the faces will only go in one direction. To remedy this, we go to the extruder mode and select the one that extrudes along the normals, which we will see later what they are. However, we anticipate that the normals are segments and lines that indicate the orientation of the face. At this point we extrude and then an extrusion along the normals. To realize this better, we enter in object mode and see our latch, we scale it further. Now we are going to add a cube on which the latch it is to translate. So we add a cube that we are going to scale and join with the GC to the body of the latch. We scale it back, first the y-axis and then the z-axis, and reduce the thickness along the x-axis. Once this is done, we rotate along the y-axis of 19 degrees the two elements, so r 90 y minus. And to lay out exactly under the cylinder. We still reduce the size of the latch, and at this point we can create a boolean between the cylinder and the end of the latch, so as to create the small compartment in which the latch slides. So we go to the modifier section and select the boolean. We set to difference and with the pipe click the cube. We apply the modifier and see that the compartment has been created, but part of the cylinder remains. So we go back and with Ctrl J we merge the elements. Now we select the cube and apply the boolean. With the torus we create a support for the latch. First, we scale it down, then rotate it on the x-axis and then 19 degrees on the z-axis. We position it at the point we think is right, and then we duplicate it along the x-axis and put it in a parallel position. When finished, we chamfer the latch and relate the various elements and rename with key, move it to furniture, and at this point the door is complete.